Hi, my name is Natalia and I'm coming to you from Denmark, and this is my knitting podcast. We will try it. I'm working from home today, and one of my assignment day just was cancelled. So I have around an hour to make it. I was prepared, I make notes, set up the camera, gathered all my projects, so we're gonna try. It's get cold already, so I have possibility to wear sweaters and drink a warm, nice coffee. So we will start with what I'm wearing. Know how good you can see this, but it's a sweater. I'm wearing this today for the first time. I make it last year or during the spring, I don't know. But I'm normally don't know if I'm confident enough to wearing this, at least not to work. The V cut is quite deep, and it also have the same cut in the back, where I like it. And since I'm working from home, I'm not how it's called, scared that it will fall down or something. I will be too much exposed, because almost all my assignments it's video or phone, so people see me like that, so it's completely okay. But this sweater, I will try to remember what yarn I use for this, and if I remember I will write this down on my notes on Ravelry. But the pattern is called SexyBack Sweater by Katja Dyrberg by Popknits. I found this pattern and was really excited about this. The pattern have really interesting construction. It's top down and it's quite complicated, because first you like starting with one part, then another. No, that's not true. You're making this rib first, and then like first part, second part, back, sleeves. All the sleeves is picked up after. Yeah, sleeves is picked up after. Sleeves have also this slip edge, and it's really nice. I use some merino nylon yarn, like some sock yarn, but soft one. It's quite variegated, so I was alternating skins and was afraid if it's not too bright, but I actually like it. I think the sweater is like this. It's not like completely everyday sweater, at least not for me. So I wanted it to be interesting, and I don't have sweaters like this in my wardrobe. So yeah, I really like it, and today it will be day one. I actually sat down yesterday and moved all ends. I really don't like moving the ends, so quite often, if I know that no one gonna see that ends and it's sweeter for me, I will don't move my ends. But if it's for someone, or I know that it can be exposed in some way, then I will do this. So yeah, that's about what I'm wearing. Let's move on to the finished object and work in progress. I'm working on Stephen West new mystery knit-along shawl, so I'm also gonna be showing you this later today. But let's start with finished object. This last 2 weeks I actually didn't finish anything, but I find out that I had some finished object that I never showed you, and it was my socks, what I finished during vacation, what already feels like was ages ago. I made the socks, they look like that. I will try to put them on sock blockers. I use cotton nylon yarn, so it's like summer sock yarn. I don't know. I found this in one of our grocery shops, as I was telling you before. Here in Denmark, it's completely okay to find the yarn in the grocery shops. They will normally have it. At least like big grocery shops will have a yarn, and they have like maybe not their own brand, but something like that. look like that. I make this in 2x2 rib on top, and then on the top of the heel, not on the sole. And I make, I believe it's German short row heel, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure. I really like the color. I cast it on before going on vacation. I made just like heel, that it will be easier for me to go from there. And I took this small needle when you have just like one short sock needle that I was telling you before, that I actually struggling with knitting on this, but because we was needed to travel by airplane, I saw that it's quite safe to take. It's small. I didn't thought that someone gonna be pulling it out from me when I'm going through check-in or something like this. And actually no one didn't ask me about this. It simply was in my bag, and no one, it went through all check, and they never ask like what it is there and ask me to throw my needle. So yeah, my socks look like that. They are not the same because I knit them from one ball. I had just simply one 50-gram ball, but I have the shoes size 37, that I know that normally 50-gram of yarn is enough. 50-gram fingering yarn is enough for me to make socks. I don't like my socks really tall, but that one is quite tall, as I will tell. So I simply divided the yarn in 25 grams and just was knitting. I really like how that yarn feels. Not all cotton, nylon, sock yarn feels good, but this one feels quite good, so I hope it will be good. I also make quite long cuff on this one. Don't remember exactly if this was 15 or 20. I believe it was 20 rounds. Normally I'm not making that long. I make 10 or even under the 10. But yeah, so that's my some really old now already finished object, but I didn't show that before, so decide to show this now. And that's my one and only finished object. And now I simply just have 1, 2, 3, 4 work in progress. And I will tell that I feel like I'm not making a lot of progress. I don't know why. I will show you. Let's do like this. I will show you first the most like interesting whip, and then we will go to that what I was showing you before. So Steven West published the first clue for Geogradient shawl, yeah, new mystery knit along. And first I was like hesitating if I want or don't want. I pick up the yarn. He was suggesting that we are picking up 4 colors, and they should be kind of like in one theme but have contrast between them, and colors should go like from A to D, from lightest to darkest. So I will show you my colors. I will on my Instagram I also published the picture, and on Ravelry you can see the picture how they look together. I know that my contrast are not really high, but I actually like when contrast is not really high. I was kind of like little scary that my first and second color don't have enough contrast, but I think it's good enough. And again, my yarn, I will try to write notes what yarn I used for this, but all the yarn what I use for the shawl is from my stash, and quite often I'm buying like one skein there, one skein there, and sometimes I even don't remember dyers or anything like this. So again, I will show you colors in that way how I'm using this. So that's my colors. Like now you can clearly see that first and second have a big contrast, but it's because light is good right now. But when I'm knitting, these two don't have, like first and A and B don't have that much contrast, but they have big contrast. So they have enough contrast for me. So it's like all pinkish yarn. My color, this is my color A, B. It's quite similar to what I have now actually. We hope it have some neon colors. Yeah, but it's not the same yarn. Then my color C. Oops, I will try to hold it. No, I cannot. I just simply cannot. And this is my color D. So they all like pinkish, have some green tones in this, but not a lot. And I actually like it. So I made the swatch. I was good enough to go in with this, and then I actually hesitate to buy the pattern to the last day until he released the video. He released the video of first glue. I saw how around it's gonna see. Through the video you cannot figure it out pattern, but you can see around how that's gonna look. And I decide that I wanna do this. First, like I talked before about socks, Mr. Knit Alone about Westknit about socks, that if I saw the pattern I will don't buy it, but for socks you need just 2 balls of yarn, and I decided like, okay, these 2 I can do. But when it's shawl, it's 4 balls of yarn. It's kind of like pricey, and I went with hand-dyed yarn. It's kind of like pricey to put 4 balls of yarn without knowing if you're gonna like the project. Let's be honest, like 4 ball of yarns, it's a sweater. Okay, at least for my size, I can make a sweater with 4 skeins of yarn, yeah? So, but I decided to go because it's actually quite fun. Like, I'm finding mystery knit-alongs like a lot of fun, so I decided right now, all my projects, what I'm working, it's just like a lot of work and like small progress, and I decided to have some fun because aren't that's why we are knitting. So I decided to went through. Then I was knitting a lot quite fast. I looked the video, bought the pattern and started. I was making progress like a lot. I was trying, I was really excited. It was really interesting knits. And it's a lot, you cut in yarn a lot because it have a lot of sections. And then next day, before I even finished my first glue, then I wasn't following what's going on like in a discussion about the glue. And then Steven West is releasing post that he gonna change the first glue because some people saw a symbol in that how the pattern is going, and he decided to change it. I fully understand his thoughts, like why he did this, why people wasn't, when some people was upset about that, and I think it's great that he changed it, but I wasn't ready just to change everything. My shawl don't have that big contrast that you can clearly see this, and I respect that some symbol can upset people, but for me, from my point of view, if just for me individually, like if I will get upset about every symbol, I will cannot get up in the morning and do anything. I will be depressed and sad all the time. I'm from Ukraine. Ukraine is in war right now. Should I stop, I don't know, even reading or looking on letters because Russian's army use letter Z or V? Should I stop writing? So I understand all discussion. No, I don't want to see that. But I already made the work, so I decided to keep my clue. So if you don't like it, or that symbol is also bothers you, then just don't see, or if you don't want to see the progress. But as I told before, my colors don't have a lot of contrast, so it's kind of like hard to see pattern on this. But I'm gonna show you because I actually like my progress. So my shawl look like this right now. It's kind of like hard to stretch it or anything like this. So I'm holding this now on 2 needles, like one have long cord and hold 3 sides, and one is that what I'm actually knitting on. So oops, my yarn is falling down. We'll just let it all fall down. Oops. So this is the pattern, how it's section first, how it's look. Now it's look like square with the stripes. I just hope that I can keep this part later and the stitch count is the same, and it will be clear for me from where I can continue. I hear that I'm not the only one who is keeping the first clue, so I'm gonna keep going with this. This is my colors together. As you see, like this is color A, this is color B. Like, yeah, they have contrast, but while I'm knitting first, it's hard for me to understand when the color B already started. But yeah, I actually really like this and I'm excited to continue with this. Don't know how to tell. It can be great sweater. Yeah. Yeah, so this is my first clue of Steven West. I'm happy that I'm make a decision to start it, and hope for the next clue will be nice. It's gonna come Thursday. I'm recording this on Monday and hope to publish this also on Monday, but we will see how that's gonna go. So yeah, that's my first and exciting whip. I'm using 3.5 millimeters needles, and about me and moving out the ends, I will show you how many ends this this clue actually had and why I was upset to rip all that down and start again. That's amount of ends. That's a lot. I tried to do this. Steven West is talking about weaving Steven, the way how you wove in the ends while you're knitting. I tried this, but it actually was creating gaps for me because I believe I was stretching too much to pull the yarn over. He's showing this in his video how he's doing this. I tried twice. First one, it worked out okay. Second, it worked out not that much, and I feel like it was slowing me down, and I wasn't happy with the result, how it's look on like right side. So I decided to don't do this. I ripped that part when I was moving in the ends as I go, and I will just need to wove all ends after this. So I'm cutting all ends and then gonna be leaving the end and then gonna be moving them in. But yeah, again, that's my first clue of Steven West Mystery Knit-along, and we're gonna continue now. Second work in progress, it's my gray, I don't know, scarf, robe, I don't know how to tell this. As I was telling before, I wanted like a big scarf, big gray scarf for autumn, and I had some merino yarn in my stash. Look like that. It was like big cone, but it's really soft yarn, and I was saying before, I think it's a yarn what's normally used for machine knitting, so it's have like a lot of this thread. I don't know how good I can show you. Not really good, but maybe you have some idea. So I casted it on. I'm using half fisherman rib or just fisherman rib. I don't know. This literally a pattern. It's repeating in 2 rows. First row I'm just knitting all the stitches, and second row I am knitting one below and purling one. Then it's have like rib pattern, maybe similar to brioche stitch. Look like that. This is right side. Yeah, so I'm still working on this because I decide to use all yarn, or at least when I have a length, or if I achieve like length what I actually want, I would like to have like loop around the neck, and then that they go in almost to my waist, the ends. Yeah, if I can loop it around my neck twice, would be also nice, but I'm not sure I can do this. So I started with less stitches. I will show the beginning again. I started with the less stitches, then make increases on one side, and then just continue with the fabric. And I'm gonna be continue after I make all increases. I measure that this part weighed around like 50 grams, or it was safe for me to leave 50 grams to make decreases. So now I'm just knitting all until I have 50 grams left on a ball. Now I have around 140 grams, so I have still a lot to go. And I will knit until I have around 50 grams, and then we'll start to make decreases that the ends will look similar. Yeah, about the progress, I'm using a lot stitch markers to motivate myself, I guess, to show like how much I'm achieving in a day. So since I was showing you this last time, I was around here, so during 2 weeks I make just that amount of progress. But okay, now when I look on this, it's kind of like a lot. The not the problem, it's not the problem with the pattern, but since you're knitting one row below, it's kind of like you knit in 2 rows to achieve 1 row. It's not exactly like this, but the progress is quite slow. But I really like how the pattern look, and I really want the scarf, so I'm just continuing and trying to, every time I don't know what to knit, I'm knitting on this one, and every time when I'm thinking like, oh, now it's time, I have some time to knit, I'm picking up this progress. So let's try how big it's now. So I want it around here, and now I can make like a loop, and it's here. So clearly it's not good enough, and I will like it not that tie. Clearly I have a lot to go. So yay. Oops, now I'm stranded in my shoulder rope. So yeah, I'm making the progress, and I'm putting all this like stitch markers for myself. Like this progress I made just during yesterday. It just was that. Someday it was like this amount, what's better, but normally it's not big progress. So yeah, but I feel like it motivates me when I see like, okay, I achieved this amount, or I achieved this amount, or I was actually knitting and actually achieved some progress. Because sometimes with this car I'm knitting and feel like I put that much work in this but didn't achieve. But I don't have a gray scarf in my wardrobe. I want it, and I know that this will be a piece for me that I gonna keep for a long time. So I'm putting all this work in this. So that's my second work in progress, and let's hope next time I'm recording a video I finish that. It's kind of like possible, I don't know, I hope it's possible. Right now it's just project that I'm working when I'm at home, because it's too big already to travel with me, and it's too hard, like pull it out somewhere, hide this again, it's too hard. So I'm working from this just from home. My next work in progress is again pattern that using this fisherman rib. Yeah, I hope it's called like that. I don't know. I showed you that before. I'm using the yarn, what's called yarn from Lana Grossa, Alora. I tell again, I bought this on sale. It was like 50% sale, and it's have cotton, merino, and alpaca. It's really soft, nice. And last time I was showing you, I was still working on the body. I believe, like, I don't have a specific pattern for this, so I'm trying to figure it out, the pattern. And normally I like to knit top down, but this one I started bottom up because I wanted to make a construction of the shoulders when the seam is here in the back. I don't know how exactly it's here. I hear like it's called, I hear before it's called something like Japanese shoulder. I don't know, the petite knit is using a lot of this construction, but I don't know how exactly it's working, so I make some mess, was trying to figure something out, and I started bottom up. So last time when I was showing you this, I had the body and the back. So, and because I'm so unsure how to make this, that I was hesitating how to make the fronts, so now I make the both fronts. I'll try to show you how that look right now. So right now my cardigan look something like that. It's gonna be cropped cardigan, but I know that this yarn gonna stretch because I tried to wash the swatch and I know that it's stretching. So this is just body, like body length under the arms, but I know that it's gonna be good enough for me. I tried to put this to the similar sweaters and it was good enough. So that's how it looks right now. I'm really not sure about if I make calculation right or no, because this I don't know, openings for the sleeve look quite big for me, but we're gonna try. And I started to make also, it's here, it also need to be button band, and I started to working on a sleeve, and it's again really long progress. I need to alternate skins because they call this hand dyed. I don't know if it's actually hand dyed, but there is some different colors, so I'm alternating skins, words are escaping me today, and it's again this fisherman rib, so it's quite small progress, but I started. So body is finished, now I need button band and sleeves. We're gonna see when I'm gonna finish this and if I have enough of yarn, because this is skins what I already working with. I have 2 more skins, 2.5 more skins. I think it's gonna be enough. I don't know how much button band will use, but yeah. And another thing what I need to do, I need to remake my cast off on the front ends because it stretches a lot, and to the place where I need to set it to, it's smaller as this one. It's not because they have different amount of stitches, but because I bind that off differently. So I need to remake my bind off on the front. So yeah, that's my second work in progress. I don't gonna promise that next time I'm gonna record video it's gonna be finished, because it's probably don't gonna be finished until next time, because I don't know when I'm gonna be making it. Yes, and I have one more project, it's the last one. I am working on socks, and that's my like project that I'm taking with when I'm going somewhere out of the house. And I'm working on the socks right now. I will show you the yarn. It's this yarn. It's unique sock. It's hand dyed self-striping matching sock kit. So when you get in this, you have like two balls that are identical, and you get in striped sock that looks something like this. I never making that long socks, so from this skin I already make like normal side socks. I do not remember what part of the skin I use, but now I'm working on leftover, and I'm making like shorty socks because I have a small amount of socks left. I hope I can make shorty socks. And with my previous pair, I don't know how I'm doing this, but even like skins are identical. I'm using the same needles, but there is normally like 1-2 rows of difference in colors for me. I'm normally making socks bottom up, and then on the top you can see this difference. I don't know how that happens and what I'm doing wrong, but I decided, long story short, I decided to make these socks 2 at a time. So this is my progress right now. I believe I have around 10 rows more, and then I'm gonna be ready to make a heel and then some top. This is the amount of yarn what I have back. Let's just hope I can make even something after the heel. I really hope, but we will see next time if I achieve socks. If no, I'm gonna just pick up some another yarn and put this on the top. No one don't gonna die because of that. So I'm going with this. I like it. I like to make 2 at a time socks because when you're done. But this struggle with the yarn, getting tangled and another stuff, like I was knitting this from cakes, and it started to be tangled out, so I winded this in like the small balls. Gonna try to finish this. So yeah, around 10 more rows on a before I start the heel, then heel, and let's hope I have something for the top. Yeah, other of this, that was all of my projects. I hope you are doing well. I feel like right now we live in some crazy world, or I don't know, black times. I have no clue what's going on. I thought we all like intelligent people understand everything, but with the amount of aggression, horror, and another stuff what's going on in this world, I have no clue how our future gonna look, and it's kind of like scary. So just be there for people close to you, and let's hope all war is gonna stop one day and we're gonna be happy again. See you next time. Hi.